The following program was made by a volunteer producer. The views and opinions expressed may not be that of MCM Productions.
Cagney and Lacey, they canceled it 3 times. I mean, it's a wonder they didn't try and kill him with a stick. What is their problem?
Because we gotta seem in charge. We gotta seem like we can handle everything ourselves, like a normal family, or else they have an excuse to split us up.
Well, again, not if we're working together. Now, what makes you think that I would want to work with you?
I want to be your friend. Christy Huddleston, who are you?
I wish I knew.
Chief Black Kettle just gave you your Cheyenne name. Medicine woman.
Sitting in your easy chair with the remote control in your hand. You can doze on off or you can get up and make a stand. And here's your opportunity to have a say in what you see. Give us voice, give us choice, give us voice. For all the times you wish
They
that
sold 18 million records, 10 top 10s, 20 top 20s, one of the top 3 bands of the British invasion. They are Herman's Hermits, serving Herman himself, Peter!
woke up this morning feeling fine, 'cause there's something special on my mind. Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Oh yeah. Something tells me I'm into something. Something tells me I'm into something. She's the kind of girl who's not too shy, and I can tell I'm the kind of guy that she dance close to me. Something tells me I'm into something. We only danced for a minute or 2, and then she stuck close to me the whole night through. Can I be falling in love? She's everything I've been dreaming of. I walked her home and she held my hand. I knew it wouldn't be just a one-night stand, so I asked to see her next week, and she told me I could. I asked to see her, and she told me I could. Something tells me I'm into something. Something tells me I'm into something. Something tells me I'm into something. So I asked to see her next week, and she told me I could. I asked to see her, and she told me I could. Something tells me I'm into something. 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 Something tells me I'm into something.
Welcome to the Viewer's Voice Show. Hi, I'm Sharon Rohde, and with me is my co-host, Barbara Wagner, and we have a very special guest with us today. We have Mr. Peter Noone.
Hello, how are you, everybody? Nice cowboy hat there.
Thank you. I had to wear it with the sun. It was really hot today.
Well, it is a state fair, so it's all appropriate.
So, well, welcome to our show, though. We're really happy to have you back on again because people really loved seeing you the last time you were here.
Thank you. I enjoyed it last time. I hope this is as much fun as last time.
I hope so.
So, Peter, you're the epitome of longevity in the music business, and yesterday marked a very important anniversary regarding Herman's Hermits. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what was important about August 7th?
Well, August the 7th was the date that Herman's Hermits' first single called I'm Into Something Good was released in England, and it was also the first time I ever heard Herman's Hermits on the radio, August the 7th, 1964. We were in a nightclub. Say nightclub, but it was really a bar, and downstairs there was a thing for kids, and we were changing in the kitchen upstairs, and our record came on the BBC radio. There was only one radio station, and we heard I'm Into Something Good for the first time 50 years ago. Seems like just yesterday.
And this year it's the theme of our state fair, Into Something Good, so quite an honor.
I was very happy that they chose my song for that.
Well, I wanted to talk just a little bit about, everybody thinks of you as a singer and a performer and that, but you're also an actor, and you were in one of my favorite soap operas, As the World Turns.
Yeah, I played Paddington, the major domo who was really good at fencing and boxing and martial arts. So he's probably, if the show had continued, I probably would have been found out to be a member of MI6 or MI7.
That's the only one soap opera I watched, so that was it. It was As the World Turns,
Yeah.
but it was fun. And you also you were on a show that we actually supported with Viewer's Voice, and that was Quantum Leap.
Yeah, I loved Quantum Leap. You know what? And I was a big fan of the guy that was in Quantum Leap, and I was really lucky. I got to replace him on Broadway. He had a show called Romance, and I got in that. And you know, the man who produced that, Don Belisarios, is now my neighborhood, my neighbor in Santa Barbara, so I see him all the time. Great, he did great stuff. Don Belisarios did great productions.
Yes.
And of course, that was a great TV show.
Well, now he does that NCIS, and his brother is also a producer in there, and his son, or no, it's a nephew that actually plays one of the detectives in there.
Yeah, and his wife, his new wife, his son is in the Suits. So it's a showbiz family.
Yeah, actually, I'm on Facebook with him and his previous wife, Deborah Pratt.
I know Deborah, yeah.
Yeah, she's a nice gal.
Very nice girl. Yeah, we know all of those people.
Yeah. So they're kind of fun. So, but that's interesting. I think a lot of people don't associate you with being an actor, you know?
You know what I am? I'm a sort of jack of all trades, master of none. Some people call the perfect word for it is dilettante. You know, I like to try a little bit of everything. So I do acting, and I'm also a disc jockey on a Saturday. I have this show on Sirius XM, and you know, I just do lots and lots of things. I keep myself very busy.
Okay, but obviously singing is your favorite thing to do, but would you like to do more acting and get into more of that? Or?
Well, if they would pay me more to be an actor than they pay me to be a singer, then I would be an actor. But right now they pay me most to be a singer, so I'm doing 100 dates.
That's great. Okay, and Barbara, you want to?
Well, with such a long and successful career behind you, I'm sure there are a lot of aspiring musicians who would love to have even a small percentage of the success you've had. What kind of advice do you give to up-and-coming performers?
It's the same as it's always been, really. You know, that whether you're new or old, it's just the persistent ones are usually the ones that make it. Everybody thinks like the Beatles just sort of magically became good, but they played a lot of dates, and they went through all kinds of drummers and different people in the band and different managers, but they persisted. They thought they had a good idea, and they persisted with it. And my advice to everyone is just don't. There's too many quitters, and they go, well, look at them, and then I said, well, that's okay. Look at those losers. All the losers are your competition. So you hope that you don't want competition, right? So the more people that drop out and don't persist leaves more space for the persistent ones.
Okay, so rising stars, did you hear that? Be persistent. Don't give up easily.
Worse than that, you should never quit, because usually just when you think it's not going to work is when something happens and you know, measure success. It's like pain. Nobody's ever been able to tell me or you or any of us define success. Success for Herman's Hermits was in this order. We wanted to play the Cavern because the Beatles played at the Cavern, so we wanted to play there. Then we wanted to hear our record on the radio. And bit by bit, we got more and more success, but we didn't define it. We never said it wasn't Disney-esque, like we want to be dream big because it may come true. It was just like, no, have little dreams and then build on those. When you've accomplished one, work on the next one. That's
exactly.
all. For any newcomer, every time you do a gig and somebody claps once, that's an accomplishment, I think.
Good advice.
Well, you have quite a large fan base, and I found working with the stars and that the ones that have usually a large fan base are the ones that are good with their fans. And I know you have a thing, a fan, what do you call it, fan base?
Fan club, yeah, fan club, yeah.
Well, not the fan club, but you're having something in Texas for the fans?
Oh, yeah, we're having a Noonetic, we do it every year. We have a Noonetic convention, kind of, a Noone Fest, we call it, Noone Fest. And everybody comes, and you just get to see, you get to come to the sound check, and there's hundreds of them. They come to the sound check, and then there's a Q&A, and there's lots of fun things. We try to make it fun to be a fan. The Home Service music was always fun, so to be a fan, you have to be fun as well.
Yeah, to be a success, you need those fans.
Well, they become part of it. I used to look at the Grateful Dead, and I go, what is this? What is this? Yeah. There's got all these people following them around, and I go, how do you do that? And I created my version of Deadheads, which was Noonatics. And we look after them. Yeah.
Okay, so we have one more question, and it actually comes from a friend of mine, and I think it's a great question. She said, ask Peter if he has a bucket list, and if he'd care to share with us a couple of things that might still be on your bucket list.
You know, my bucket list it's always the same. I just want to be able to continue with enthusiasm for at least another 10 years. The thing to keep is that the Panglossian part of Peter Noone, which is I've always been naively optimistic. I always expect to wake up in the morning. I always expect to feel good in the morning. And, you know, I don't drink, so I never get a hangover. So just to keep it going, I love what I do. I enjoy being in my band, and I enjoy doing everything. I enjoy doing movies and television. And as long as I can keep my enthusiasm up, if you notice when people sort of fizzle out, it's because they've just lost their enthusiasm for whatever it is. It could be engraving. So I hope I told my agent only 10 more years, because only 10 more.
And hopefully we'll all be around that long to come see you the next 10 years. But I like that, naively optimistic. That's good.
It's a Panglossian.
No jumping out of airplanes or anything like that, or?
Nah, nothing. No. You know, I've never wanted to do anything dangerous. No. I think being in the music business is already enough tension and enough danger zone.
Yeah.
I hear you on that. Well, Peter, Sharon and I really want to thank you for taking out a few moments to chat with us.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Thank you.
Good time with you.
Something tells me I'm into something. Don't know much about his story. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about science books. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you, and I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this will be. Don't know much about geography. Don't know much trigonometry. Don't know much about algebra. Don't know what a slide rule is for. But I Herman's Hermit song. She's a muscular boy. She's a muscular boy. That completes impossibility. She's a must to avoid. You better take it from me. Well, you think she's a prize at the start, but take my advice, play it smart. She's nothing but trouble. Let her cut out on the double before she gets into your heart. She's a must to avoid. That complete impossibility. She's a must to avoid. You better take it from me. When you stare into her big blue eyes, there's no way to see through her disguise. Don't try to love her, cause you quickly discover you're trapped in the web of her eyes. She's a must to avoid. That complete impossibility. She's a must to avoid. You better take it from me. When you stare into her pretty blue eyes, there's no way to see through her disguise. Don't try to love her, cause you quickly discover you're trapped in the web of her eyes. She's a must to avoid. That complete impossibility. She's a must to avoid. You better take it from me. We can see you back there. Let's feature Rich Spina. This one's called Sea Cruise. Home and rhythm getting in my shoes. Ain't no use in sitting here singing the blues. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Well, I feel like jumping, baby, won't you join with me? I don't like begging, but now I'm on my baby. I gotta keep on moving like a knife in my back. My heart beating rhythm like it's right on track. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Right on track. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Rich Spina, Dandy. All your little life, you're chasing all the girls, and they can't resist your smile. They long for Dandy, Dandy, chatting up the lady, and tickling the fancies, pouring out your charms to meet your own demands, and you turn it off at will. They long for Dandy, knocking on the back door, climbing through the windows. Husband's gone away, and while the cat's away, and the mice are going to play. Oh, you low down Dandy, 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 Dandy. You You know you're moving much too fast and dandy. You know you can't escape the past. Look around you and see the people settle down. And when you're old and grey, you will remember what they said. That two girls aren't too many, freeze a crowd before you're dead. And then, Andy, when you gonna get back? Oh, you're feeling old now. You always will be free, and you need no sympathy. A bachelor you will stay, and Andy, you're alright. You're alright. You're alright. You're alright. What a fantastic audience you are! You know, we know how to get here now. A long time ago when we first came to West Allis, we would fly into Chicago airport, you know. And of course they'd never heard of Milwaukee. Excuse me, sir, where is Milwaukee? I-94, go away. And then we'd get to like Green Bay, Wisconsin, say. We'd say things like, we should have a girl in Herman's Hermits, and then we would ask for directions before we just leave home like this. And then we'd get to Green Bay and say to the guy in the gas station, excuse me, sir, where is West Allis? And he would say something like, there is no such a place in America, sir. And then we'd get here to the beautiful West Allis in the Bank Mutual Amphitheatre. Yeah. A place we dreamed of when we were just small boys, and we'd say, excuse me, can we come in that gate? You can even get dragged into people's houses for $20. Sounded cheap to us for 5 blokes, but we finally got here. We finally got to the backstage area. You don't have a pass. And I said, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are giant posters with this picture of a bloke on it. And the security guy over there says, let him in. I know him. He's Nick Nolte. And here we are. They let us in. Sometimes, like at the hotel, we were staying at the Radisson. No, it was the Crown Plaza in Wakalooka. It's near Waukesha. Wauwatosa, I remembered it, Wauwatosa. Yeah. So we don't know much about this side of town because we've always played over there at the Potawatomi. And we're here now and we say, West Allis, there are people here tonight from West Allis. So they're the ones who drove here in their houses. Has gone away, the bottom sets for more, a symbol of the war. No milk today, it seems to coincide. The people passing by don't know the reason why. I could have been out, just what this message means. The end of my hopes, the end of all my dreams. I could have been out, a palace had been behind the door, where my rain is queen. Only today my love has gone away. The bottom stands forlorn, the symbol of the Lord. He's okay, he's not lonely. The terrace house and I mean sweet back in town. He comes to shrine when I need one, just to up to there. No, today it wasn't always so. The company was gay, we turned out into day. As the music plays, the faster that we dance, we broke it both at once, the start of our romance. I couldn't ignore just what this message means. The end of my hopes, the end of all my dreams. I couldn't ignore a palace that had been behind the door when my love reigned as queen. No look today, my love has gone away. The bottom stands for Lord, the symbol of the Lord. But all that's left is a grave, he's dark and lonely. The terrace house and a mean sweet back in town. All that's left is a grave, he's dark and lonely. Just to up to down, just to up to down. Thank you. I'd like to dedicate this. This is my favorite Herman's Hermit song, and I'd like to dedicate this to all the people who've been following Herman's Hermits since the very beginning. More than 20 years. There's a big hole on the stage there. Why does the sun go out shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? Don't they know it's the end of the world if you don't love me anymore? Why do the birds go out singing? Why do the stars shine above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost your love. I wake up in the morning and I wonder why everything's the same as it was, and I can't understand. No, I can't understand why life goes on the way it does. Why do the birds go out singing? Why do the stars shine above? Don't they
to Natalie Noone, everyone. See, when I was a kid, when I was a little kid, I went, like you, sir, with my parents, and we'd see loads of concerts, and we saw this guy, Freddie Fender. And me and my sister fell in love with Freddie Fender, bought all his records, and we had Freddie Fender and Elvis Presley all around our house. And hello, Natalie, sorry. There you go. This is Natalie Noone. And of course, Natalie Noone grew up listening to Herman's Hermits, and Freddie Fender, and Elvis Presley, and Buddy Holly, and the Everly Brothers, and Roy Orbison. So tonight, we're going to sing, well, she's going to sing, and I'm going to chirp in now and then. Freddie Fender song. Say hello, Natalie.
Hello.
By the way, Natalie is an American.
I am, singing in front of the giant Union Jack. Freddie Fender, Before the Next Teardrop Falls.
Before the Next Teardrop Falls.
1, 2.
If she brings you happiness, then I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. But if she ever breaks your heart, if the teardrops ever start, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Si te quiere de verdad y te da felicidad, te deseo lo más bueno para los dos. Pero si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estaré contigo cuando triste estás y aparte. That you cry, and if she ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you. I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. I'll be there before the next teardrop falls.
Natalie Noone. Just a little bit better. Keep me sending flowers, baby, every single day. Buy you fancy clothes from Paris and have sweet things to say. But I can give you love, sweet, sweet love. Now ain't that just a little bit better? He'll take you to nightclubs in a shiny limousine, buy you furs and diamond bracelets, make you look just like a queen. But I can give you love, sweet, sweet love. Now ain't that just a little bit better? Love, love, love is what I can
people to what I say, everybody's got to have it, and don't you know that everybody's got to love somebody sometimes, everybody's got to win a heart. Yes, everybody's got to love somebody sometime. When you do, I hope you never part. I once found love just like you, but then he came and he might come to you, and don't you know that everybody's got to lose somebody sometimes, but everybody can part. Yes, everybody's got to lose somebody sometimes, so take care you don't lose your heart. Won't you take my advice? You will find you'll be happy all of the time. And take my advice, you will see you'll be happy as you can be. Listen, people, to what I say, everybody's got to have their day, and don't you know that everybody's got to love somebody sometimes, everybody's got to win a heart. Yes, everybody's got to love somebody sometimes. When you do it, I hope you never part. You never part. Listen, people. Listen, people. Listen, people. Like to do Herman's Hermits #1 songs now. If you're from the Philippines, all our songs were #1. We're going to do all the American and Canadian #1s now, one after the other. Are you ready, lads? Can't you hear my heartbeat? Every time I see you looking my way, baby, baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? In the park or walking down the highway, baby, baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? When you move up closer to me, I get a feeling it's you. Can't you hear the pounding of my heartbeat? You're the one I love. You're the one I love. When I feel you put your arms around me, baby, baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? And I'm glad, so mighty glad you found me, baby, baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? When you asked me to meet your mom, I knew that baby, we'd be going far. Can't you hear the pounding of my heartbeat? 'Cause you're the one I love. You're the one I love. Come on. Friends are crying out to meet you, baby, baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? Now's the time to go and see the preacher, baby, baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? When the hills are gonna shine, baby, baby, then you're gonna be mine. Can't you hear the pounding of my heartbeat? 'cause you're the one I love. You're the one I love. Baby, baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? 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 Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Girls as sharp as her are something rare. But it's sad, she doesn't love me now. She's made it clear enough, it ain't no good to find. She wants to return those things I bought her. Tell her she can keep them just the same. Things have changed, she doesn't love me now. She's made it clear enough, it ain't no good to find. Walking about, even in a crowd, well, you pick her out. Makes a bloke feel so proud if she finds that I've been round to see you. Tell her that I'm well and feeling fine. Don't let on, don't say she's broke my heart. I'd go down on my knees, but it's no good to climb. Walking about, even in a crowd, well, you pick her out. Makes a bloke feel so proud. Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. 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 You know those people, as they go by, kids say to their mums, "Oh, listen, Mum, it's that lizard that sells the insurance on the television. We're 311. Go, Dave! Let's go! Oh, let's go! We're so pretty, oh, so pretty. God save the Queen. I'm in a really ain't I am, in a really ain't I am. I got married to the widow next door, and she's been married 7 times before, and everyone wants an entering. Looking at a Willie or a Sam. I'm a right old man, I'm in a really ain't I am. Second verse, same as the first. I'm in a really ain't I am, in a really ain't I am. I got married to the widow next door, and she's been married several times before, and everyone wants an entering. Wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a right old man, I'm in a really ain't I am.
Wisconsin. Yeah, but look at that person on your right. Was he singing along with us? Happily, joyously and freely? Or was he just sitting there? Turn to that man and say, "You boring old fart. You should have just had 5 more cream puffs and more pork chops on a stick. Delivered. So you could watch the 10-pin bowling." Thank you. Thank you, what is it? Oh, free cream puffs, thank you. Oh my God, a certificate, lads. If that person isn't singing in the 4th verse, hit them with a cream puff. 4th verse, much, much worse. Are alive with the sound of music right now. I think everybody was singing. The only people I saw not singing were those people who'd spent the last 49 years in a penitentiary. Now I'm going to teach you how to spell the word Henry. If you're not from Canada, you know it already. H-E-N-R-Y. Wait a second. It's not the Pee Wee Herman show. We're all going to do this at the same time. What am I doing? Yeah, just this side over here. And you at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. H-E-N-R-Y. See, they're going to be difficult to beat. Fantastic. I don't think let's try the other side over here. Oh, they're scary for you lot, I bet. 1, 2, 3, 4. They killed you. That side killed you. Oh, wait a second. It's not fair. They've had more time to learn the words. Just these people here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you imagine if we do that all at the same time? That band over there, 311, that's it. What's going on over there? I'm hearing voices louder than our voices in English. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this is just a penance. That's the end. What happens now is we sing together as one cosmic bank, mutual throbbing oneness. The 1,000,000th verse. Tonight will be the 1,000,000th time we have performed this verse. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't he write another verse? Too late. We're going to do the 1,000,000th verse, and at the end of the 1,000,000th verse, we're going to stand up. Those of us who can still stand up after all those Leinen Krugel beers. And shout H-E-N-R-Y. Let's get the hands going like this. Let's see the hands for the 1,000,000th verse. Let me see those hands. Here we go!
closing of our show tonight, and I'll tell you, that man's got some charisma.
Wasn't that just a spectacular show? And the fan reaction is always wonderful to see.
He's so good to his fans. He comes before the show and all that. That's a superstar.
There aren't a lot like Peter Noone around, and the longevity of 50-some years in the business, it's remarkable.
And he might have his daughter performing with him. We won't give that secret away. Well, I don't know how to put that. She's performing with him tonight. This is our closing. But she is going to be performing in the Milwaukee area.
That's right. Watch for her this November 21st and 22nd. She actually has 3 dates. She'll be performing at 3 different locations in the Milwaukee area. So check out her website. That's the best place to look, which is NatalieNooneandtheMaybes.com.
That's around what time?
November 21st and 22nd. She's going to be back at the Bay. She's going to be doing a benefit at a local church charity around here, and she's also going to be down at the Potawatomi Sidebar. She's headlining down there on the 22nd of November, so watch for that.
You're going to really appreciate her. She's much like her father. She's got that kind of charisma. She's got a great voice, so you have to get a chance. See Natalie too. So, all right, Barbara. Well, that's our show tonight. And our next show will be with Jesse Garcia. So until then, let your voice be heard.
So listen very carefully, closer now, and you will see what I mean. Isn't a dream. The only sound that you hear is when I whisper in your ear, I love you. Forever and ever. There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight, all over the world. People just like us are falling in love. Yeah, they're falling in love. They're falling in love. Good night, everybody. God bless. Have a great time at the fair. To the left of the stage.
This program was made by a volunteer producer using the equipment and facilities at Matta Community Media.